Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Andy Robinson RC. And cheers for joining us on the channel today. And on this episode, we have the new Scale Carisma 2.1 Scale Adventure trail truck. As you can see, it's the Range Rover. Now, this is the slightly newer version, and it's in the lovely Oxford blue, which is a genuine Range Rover colour. And this is based on a 1981 four-door Range Rover, just like the previous model, which you could get as a ready-to-run in the cream colour. Now, I've opted to get the ready-to-run. There is a Scale custom kit as well, which has got a slightly different body shell. It does away with the front bumper there. It's a very small front bumper, and it's basically painted whatever colour you want. And what else has it got? It's got big flared arches, mud arches on it as well. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a quick talk, okay, about this, and then we're going to take it on a bit of a trail. All right, so I'm going to go. Now, it's a bit of a weighty thing. It tends to be. Now, what do you get in the box? Well, it is all ready to run. You get a battery with it, which I am not using. That's just an 1800 milliamp Carisma battery. It's a NIM, so it's a 7.2 volt pack. I'm using one of my big 5,000 milliamp packs in this. It's got a 17-turn crawler motor as well. You get obviously your transmitter, you get a small trickle charger, instructions. You get another spare set of decals for it as well. You even, which I've put on mine, you can see here, you even get a set of metal lettering for it there, just to make it a bit more realistic. So the lettering is just like you'd get on a real Range Rover. So you've got that, which is front and rear. Okay. Now, what have they done to the new model? Well, basically, they've got the new anti-torque twist gearbox in. Now, what that does is when you're accelerating, it stops the car from lifting on the corners, and the whole chassis twisting under acceleration. So it's eliminated that now. So I'll try and show you that in the video. Again, it's got this Oxford blue livery. It's got a lower overall gear ratio than it has had before, but other than that, it is pretty much the same. But they're the main updates. Okay, it's got some very nice all-terrain tyres on, which we've got Scale Carisma on. These are on the previous model, as you can see there. Now, again, if you watched one of our previous videos on the FTX Canyon, I said I had this coming. Now, I'd taken this to a crawler track. Now, again, I'm going to make... there is a difference between crawlers and trail trucks, and this completely falls in the trail truck category. And for a bit of information as well, this won the recent crawler scale nationals in its class. It came first in class, sorry. Can't speak today. So that was pretty cool with that. Now, when I took this on the crawler track, two problems. One of them was this. With this body, I say, because it's quite a scale looking body, it's got the large front bumper. Now that, when you're going over really, really big obstacles, that limits your approach angle. So you really need your bumper to be finishing up there, which it does on the Scale custom version of this. So in the end, I neglected not to run this because I didn't want to damage the body, because it's, they're expensive to replace, and it's a lovely looking body. Now, before we run this, I just want to show you underneath, because I also did this for the trail, the crawler competition, and it's a worthwhile upgrade anyway. Okay. Now, as you can see here, that's all your gubbins inside. You've got your front mounted battery pack as well. That helps keep the weight at the front end. Now, what I did with this is, you can buy this kit from Carisma here, and it alters the where the height of the steering rack track rod bar is there. Actually, on the standard kit, it comes out here across there, and it sits lower. So, and because it sticks out, that again, it hits objects easier. So it lessens your front attack and approach angle. So what I did with this, I've got the Carisma upgrade, and it pushes it higher up and further back, and that really does help with climbing obstacles. So that is well worth doing. I've also got the brass pumpkin diff weight there, again for lower centre of gravity, and you can't see them, but on the hexes I've got the brass hexes fitted as well. And that's the only modifications I've done to this. Also as well, you've got front CVJ drive shafts as well, which is good. But I can recommend them, they do a good job. They're ace little mods then. You can even get a weight that sits in your battery tray as well, which I don't have. Again, to keep all that weight nice and low. Right, so that's what I've done with this one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just take it on a bit of a trail up here. Well, here we're actually in Thornton here. We're near the Wire Estuary. This is Skippel. I used to come here as a lad as well. I used to ride my bike around here. So, but it's really nice around here, and we thought this might be a nice spot to run this. Now, my only disappointment with this body shell is the colour's gorgeous, but it does like to show up your fingerprints. So, right, anyway, let's go and take it on a little bit of a drive. Yeah, good thing is, you know, so the R-Trail trucks, they are meant for doing this sort of thing. You can improve them so they perform better, but again, they're not going to be in the same league as a competition rock crawler. They are for taking out on walks and doing things like this. So going over this sort of terrain, not really a problem at all. So good just driving around. I think they've got the looks just right on this. Yeah, but I think I would, because this body's so nice, I would like to find another shell that so I can keep this one really nice. What as well, I'll show you that anti-torque twist gearbox in action as well. I'll show you if I do some hard accelerating, you'll see it doesn't lift the front of the vehicle up in the same way as the original gearbox does. If I bring that here and I hit it, it doesn't lift it up at all, it just keeps the vehicle nice and flat, which is a massive improvement, and again it looks better as well. So generally, I think, you know, it's a great truck. It won the Scale Nationals. I think if you're going to attempt to do it, you know, a bit more of the sort of bigger objects or crawling, more of a sort of crawling with it, I'd definitely change that body shell out so you can get rid of the, you know, so you don't damage that, and you can fit some bigger wheels with it as well, and that would obviously help it. But for a trail truck, I don't think you can get much better than this. I mean, you know, you get one with portal axles as well, I suppose that would be an advantage. But for a trail truck, if you're going to do this sort of thing, which I've just been going over this, I think it's absolutely perfect, and Carisma have got the looks just right. So yeah, would I get one? Well, obviously I have got one, but would I recommend one? Yes, for trail riding, absolutely perfect. And it looks gorgeous, and they do others as well. If you don't like the Range Rover, they do the Coyote, which is a truck, and I think they've just brought out a Mitsubishi Pajero as well. But yeah, can't fault it. I love it. I'm biased because it's a Range Rover as well, but it is generally a great trail chassis. If what I'll do is as well, in the video to this, in the link, I'll put in a link to the video of it on the Scale National tracks as well, because that was really cool to watch. Right, okay, so I'm going to leave this video for here. Cheers for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed it. So again, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. We are getting really close to that 2k subscriber mark now. Also, come and find us on Andy Robinson RC on Instagram and Facebook. Right, look after yourselves, take care, and we'll see you on a video soon. See you later.